It was just an ordinary day hike until...
Looks like mother and cub. What do you want to do?
Today we're doing something a little bit different. This is a day to do things I've never had time to do before. Grand Canyon is now shut down for the second time in a row. I haven't been able to hike. So I'm stopping to do some things that I haven't done before. I've always seen this rock. I called it the Happy Family. Church Rock. We're going to hike the Church Rock Trail here at Red Rock Park in McKinley County, New Mexico. This informational sign at the Church Rock Trailhead provides information I did not find online. The trail goes up. It doesn't go to Church Rock itself, but it does a loop in front of it. But there's also a connector route to the Pyramid Rock, which gives you an overview of Gallup, New Mexico, and a return here with a walk back to the trailhead. Or I guess you could walk back here as well. So an interesting informational sign, not otherwise available on the internet. And a nice day to hike up and examine Church Rock at Red Rock Park, New Mexico. Red Rock Park should not be confused with Red Rocks Park, which is south of Denver, a much larger area that was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. This park opened as a state park in 1972. It was then transferred to the city of Gallup, administered by the county, McKinley County, starting in 1989. A rather small park, but quite quaint. The post office and the remains, or the building of the old trading post, are like a trip to the Old West. But before it gets too hot, let's head up to Church Rock. Not built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, but apparently built in 2022 by the Youth Conservation Corps in New Mexico, in collaboration with the city of Gallup. Let's see the work these young people did. Here's a groovy reminder that people have been coming here since way before it was a park. In fact, the ancestral Puebloans lived in this area as well. Those of you who hike in more forested areas are likely familiar with blazes, marks on the trees to tell you where the trail is. In the more barren west, cairns, C-A-I-R-N-S, are popularly used in rocky and non-wooded areas to mark a trail. This trail is very clear and well marked. Maybe you would lose the trail in the snow, but not in conditions like this. But I think it was probably a good project for the Youth Conservation Corps here to install these, and they make pleasant markers along the trail as we head up towards Church Rock. The layers of rock in the background here are very spectacular, and so far this is a very pleasant trail. You can particularly see the utility of the cairns in these barren areas. Groups ahead of us are a little bit lost, and these are useful for keeping the trail. We are taking the cutoff to the Pyramid Rock, having missed apparently the loop cutoff on the Church Rock Trail. Maybe we'll look for that on the way back. We'll see how things go. Temperatures are very hot, in the 80s, even though it's about 9:30, 9:45 in the morning. I sure wish I'd worn shorts, but live and learn. And a very much pleasant hike, very nice area. Let's see what we find. Back behind me is Pyramid Rock, which reportedly has good views of the city of Gallup. And you're very near Interstate 40. You can hear it roaring in the distance, probably limited through this microphone. But it's a great stop if you're on your way to Grand Canyon, looking for a little exercise. It's 10 or 15 minutes off the highway to get to the trailhead, and a great chance to get a little bit of exercise. Stop by when you're on your way to somewhere on Interstate 40. There's a nice breeze blowing, helps with these hot temperatures. The trail is much less distinct here. The cairns are weathered and some of them are missing. And a little hiking tip, we talked to a young fellow coming down the trail. He was a local. He had run out to Pyramid, probably spent some meditative minutes there and came back. He said an hour out, an hour back. He was in his 20s, and from the sweat on his brow, I'd say he was running part of it. There's only one set of footprints here. It likely rained in the last day or so. These are his. And it is a comfort when the trail is less distinct to know we are literally following in the footprints of those who came before us. We know we're on the right trail, the spur trail to the pyramid. So a tip, be friendly with your fellow hikers. Speak with them, ask about trail conditions, see how they're doing. The information they give you can be very helpful. Both the footprints that we're following and an estimate of the time for doing this trail, which I'd say is 3 to 4 hours for me, as I am not in my 20s and I am not running it. But always talk to your fellow hikers and be friendly. Well, it's become more than apparent that this spur trail is labeled Church Rock Hiking Trail the whole way.
Looks like mother and cub. What do you want to do?
I am not an outdoorsman, but these tracks connected with an instinctive part of my brain that made me want to hightail it out of there as soon as possible. It had rained the night before, so these tracks were fresh. My initial conclusion was a mother bear and cub, and that might be, but later looking at the tracks online, it may well be a mountain lion and cub. Better because they avoid people, but worse because I understand they are more dangerous. Needless to say, it changed my perception of this from a pleasure hike to a possibly dangerous endeavor. Coming across those bear tracks made this hike very serious, very fast. They were fresh. It looked like a mother and a cub. Good-sized bear from the size of those prints. I am no fan of bears. I lived a while in Alaska where there are grizzlies, and it's very serious. Most people carry firearms in the backcountry there because of the bears. Bear spray is available. I don't carry it. I do have a little can of pepper spray, but that's just in case humans are unpleasant with me. It wouldn't have much effect against a bear. When I get to the top of Pyramid, there's another trail down, comes out behind a coliseum or stadium. I was undecided if I would take that or go back to Church Rock. I was inclined to go back via the Church Rock route. But that bear, which was heading down trail towards Church Rock, is making me change my mind. So I think I'm going to go down the Pyramid Trail, and then I'll have to walk a while on a road to get back to where the car is parked at the Church Rock trailhead. Lots of adventures on the trip. And what do you do? What do you do in situations like this? What do you do with bear encounters? What do you do to protect yourself from bears? 15 minutes from the interstate, and there's a threat of bears on the trail. It's an interesting and wild world, and these are the things you encounter when you're hiking. Let's get going and get back to the trailhead and have a nice lunch without bears in the picture. Despite the bear scare, I made the decision to go the extra 35 minutes to this small summit, Pyramid Peak, 7,600 and some odd feet here in New Mexico. It really is a spectacular overview of the geology and the commercial development of the area. Got the interstate running down there, petrochemical plant down along the interstate, and the town of Gallup off in the distance. So let me ask you this. In this situation, when you saw those bear tracks, would you have hightailed it back to the car or done the summit and take the chance for the bears? I hope it wasn't a foolish decision, and perhaps my last video, you never know. Anyway, I think I'm going to go down the Pyramid Trail and walk the road back to where the car is. Hopefully the direction that bear was heading was in the direction of the Church Rock Trail. So it's a great day for a hike. Nice wind blowing, keeping us a little bit cool. And we're heading on back the Pyramid Trail. And as long as we don't get eaten by bears, it will have been a great hike. Thanks so much for watching.